Hi, my name is Laura Koepsell, and I am a current second-year graduate student at Clemson University in the Masters of Student Affairs program. And my hot topic I wanted to discuss is assessment. So with assessment, you always get an array of emotions whenever you bring it up, whether that be fear, excitement, exhaustion, feeling enlightened. But regardless, it is an essential part of our day-to-day lives now. And just to discuss a brief history of how it became a hot topic is really, I'm going to go way back into the 1900s, 1933, kind of in that time range, is when standardized testing became an important factor of the K through 12 system. And it kept increasing with the GRE creation between 1933 and 1947, then more standardized testing, and then the Carnegie Foundation for the Advancement of Teaching in 1953 really discussed the importance of learning outcomes. And that specifically is very important to higher education, since that's how it informs our assessment practices and how we create questions and what factors we're looking for with students. So continuing on, I would really say that the birth of the official movement of assessment was when the first National Convention or Conference for Assessment in Higher Education happened in 1985. So before then, there was really a movement towards retention and focusing on student identity development, with like Chickering's theory of identity in the 1960s. So they started to really think about it, but they hadn't really put two and two together that identity practices and learning outcomes could inform their practice together, that they could learn from their own performance. So 1985, during this conference, was when they really realized, universities can learn from their performance and use that as a tool. So shocking, but that's really when it happened. And since then, I would say, especially with budget cuts and things like that, our departments always have to prove our worth. So not only for new staff members, maybe improving our budget, but even maintaining the same budget, it requires you to show the numbers that you're actually doing the tasks that you say you're going to do, that you have learning outcomes and your students are meeting those learning outcomes. So it's important for not only qualitative data and just talking to students, but it's important for quantitative data as well, and seeing how they feel about the department's efficiency levels, if you're helping them to move to different developmental levels in their identity, whether it's learning factors of your university's mission statement or focusing specifically on your department. But with assessment, that is now a regular practice and something that is new with graduate students as well. So 10 years ago, there really weren't required assessment classes in all of these master's programs. And now that is basically common at most master's programs for student affairs to have an assessment course. So I just think it's really cool that they want us to not only be exposed before we get into the field, but that we feel comfortable and confident with ourselves. Because we no longer have the luxury of saying, I don't really feel comfortable with math. Data is important, assessment is important, and it guides all of our practices and will forever. So I think it's a cool hot topic, and thank you so much for letting me talk about it. Bye.